welcome back to my channel. So today I'm playing in my Tin Holtz fabric journal and I absolutely love this journal. So if you've been watching the series so far, you would have seen a couple of days ago I posted the video about altering fabric using the Tombow alcohol markers, and this was one of my favourite pieces. This is on a piece of Habité silk, which means this is probably mostly polyester, the one that I got. It was literally just in a mixed bag of fabrics. And I stamped the image using StazOn, and then I've gone in with my alcohol markers and coloured it. So in the actual video, you won't see how bright the colours are because it did take this piece of material a while to dry. So you can really see in this video here the fabric when it's dried, when the colours are really shining through. It is just such a simple thing. So I've simply pinned the fabric down, and I'm only going to be stitching the top and the bottom for this design. So I'm stitching it on just using a piece of just normal sewing thread and just doing a kind of diagonal stitch across. I don't need this to be strong, I don't need it to be nice and neat. I actually wanted the texture of the diagonal stripes, which is why I've done it really quite visible. I've done my stitches larger than you actually need. And all I make sure I do is when I knot the bottom of my thread, I kind of tuck that under the fabric, and my first stitch is just on the fabric. I'm making this into a pocket, but the way my embellishments are going to be, I only need to stitch the top and the bottom. I mean, there's no point stitching more than I need to. I could have stitched it all down if I was really worried, but this journal doesn't get handled as much as my other journals, and it's tucked away nice and safe in my scrapbook in an envelope. So I'm not too worried about losing any of the photos I put in or the little notes that I put in. I've had these Tim Holtz magnifiers that I bought back in January because I absolutely love the look of them, but I was never sure how to use them. So I've used one of the Field Notes snippets from Tim Holtz, and I've adhered a tiny little butterfly, and then I am using the magnifier over the top almost as if you are looking through the magnifier to see the butterfly. I'm using glossy accents to stick this down. I find that if I'm sticking anything down to fabric, and if it's something heavy, I tend to use my glossy accents rather than a tacky glue or fabric glue. I just find this works so much better. So I'm just going to stick that down. I do give it just a couple of minutes to just glue on before I move on to the other parts. I'm also going to be using, there was a little specimen ticket in the Field Note Snippets ephemera pack, as well as a little butterfly. So the little butterfly currently is just off to the left, and I'm now writing on these adhesive fabric tags. So I bought these because I wanted to try and make sure that I could stick my writing down in a fabric journal or in my fabric scrapbook that I'm currently working on. And I thought these tags were perfect because you can colour over the top of them. So I'm just using a regular tacky glue to stick those two ephemera pieces on, and then I'm going through my button box. So this is my button and bead box. I recently just reorganised this, and I have to say I love adding those textural elements of beads and buttons. I also have a variety of different other pieces in here, like safety pins, the Tim Holtz mini clips, things like that. But on this design I've decided to go with just 3 buttons at the bottom. This will also make sure that nothing falls out of the edge. It just keeps my little journaling tucked in nice and safe. All I'm going to do is sew those buttons on just as you would regularly sew any kind of buttons on. I'm just using the same thread that I used earlier. I'm not matching it to my buttons because there's just no point. This isn't something that really matters that you can see the white thread on the buttons. It's just a fabric play journal. So just sticking those buttons on, and I'm just doing 3 different sizes, going from large at the bottom to smaller at the top, and this just means I can tuck in my journaling and it's not going to fall out the top. The magnifier will also make sure that anything stays in there because that does add quite a bit of weight to my page. It's not too thick, luckily, so the fact that I've stuck it in now isn't going to be too much of a problem. Here I'm just going over my tag with just 2 Tombow markers. I will list the colours I use down below, and then stapling my last pieces on, and that is the end of this video. So I really hope you're enjoying the series. I have some fun things coming up for you guys, and I will see you all next time. Bye guys!